Hello.
Good evening, fellas, and good evening, the beard.
Howdy.
As people can see, we are joined by an unusual face to a lot of people. Not to us.
He looks at me and goes, "You fucking unusual, you know that. Why do you have to be so weird, beard?"
It's not a weird beard. I put in the comments just before we came out, I've got major beard envy going on because I feel inadequate.
Oh, you are. Don't worry. It's I chopped it off. It was my other shirt has my logo over here, and the beard was past my logo. So like 2 months ago, I cut it off, and then I watched a video of mine. I don't know what I was doing, but I happened to just go back into it, and I looked at that beard, and I was like, I got jealous. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have cut it. But
no.
right.
I work as a nurse, Brent, so I had to cut. Mine was a good length, but obviously with this pandemic going on, I had to wear a mask, so I had to trim mine really short. And I cried. I'll not lie. I cried my eyes out when I had to cut my beard short.
Isn't there like another name that we could call male nurses? I've always felt really weird, like friends of mine that are nurses or whatever. I'm like, oh, this is Josh, and he works in the medical industry. It's like a nurse. When I hear nurse, I straight away think of like Pearl Harbor, the little paper hat thing, and these like very sexy.
That's what he wears most of the time.
Shouldn't we just call you like an orderly?
Well, there is a saying called nurse, which I particularly hate because it just means male nurse. No, I'm a nurse. I'm quite proud to admit it. I don't care.
No, I'm just it's
never been confused. Never wore stockings at work. None of that.
No, that's what a nurse would do.
Definitely.
Yeah. Meet my friend Josh. He's a nurse.
I am not a nurse.
Where do we see the chat in this thing?
It should be on the right-hand side of your screen where it says private chat or comments.
Oh, I've got it on private chat. Oh, there we go. Yep. Whoa!
Yeah, there's quite a few.
Hello, everybody. I thought we were here alone. That's why I'm babbling. I always babble. I know. Watch my shows. I talk shit all the time.
And
sometimes I tell the truth. Sometimes I lie about the truth. All right.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, this is Brent, aka Mr. Bearded Viking Customs. As I put him in our little spiel before the show, the ace of acrylic, as I called him.
It doesn't have to be so formal. You can just call me sir. Like
Brent makes some amazing bits. He does all sorts of custom goodies, build stands. You do like tanks, there's all sorts like resin tanks. And I mean, look at that. I mean, I want that build stand.
That is awesome.
You can't have that.
They're not for sale.
You can have anything else. You can have anything. You can't have that one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. Cool. Thanks. Oh,
I'm into skulls.
So you like black tanks, or do you like green tanks, or do you like both?
Yeah. So you did all of those for the Blottos. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice.
That is really nice.
That's an Odin 100.
And you've cast that yourself.
Yeah.
Wow.
I got bored.
I got bored. I just make a new body for this.
Did I see you get a 200 the other day, Brent, as well?
Oh yeah, it's downstairs. I've got a body for I've got two up here, but the acrylic bodies are downstairs. I've got a few of the Odin 100 bodies like that. That one's for my friend Tony B, because he loves everything blue. Yeah, so that's for Tony B. I made a red one for trying to not use people's real names. Mr. Just Right One, Mr. Profile.
Yeah.
Profile. Yeah. So Joel's getting one of those in red. Yeah, just fun stuff. Probably going to put it into production sometime. I've gotten permission from relative parties involved in that thing. Mostly Golf Pro, Sam, some Vapors Clouds. Brian is being very gracious to. He's just like, dude, just go wild, do what you do, just go mad, and yeah.
Having a watch party. That's awesome, Chris.
You're masturbating my accent. You did say it was a mass celebration, wasn't it? Deliberate. So yeah, my accent. Well, if you can guess my accent, you win 1 million points. You know what it is? It's because all the people from my country that you've heard sound like Blood Diamond. Where they are talk like this because they are have Afrikaans. They speak Afrikaans and then they are learn English and they cannot communicate very nice in English. But I am English South African. I'm not British South African. I'm English South African. My native tongue is English. And a bit of bullshit. But yeah.
Yeah, so someone's just put in the chat South Africa, Durban, which is exactly where you're from, if I'm correct. Durban.
Who said that? Oh, Rian. Yeah, what's happening, bro?
I was going to say,
someone just advertised this on my channels a little bit as well.
We appreciate that. It's and you are more than welcome to drop anything ever in our page or whatever, bro. You're more than welcome. So.
Well, yeah. I appreciate it. It would just really be. I'm stuck in the middle. I don't know how you guys are dealing with it because like, you join all these groups, and then you get some groups that just kick you off, which I appreciate. If it's like you don't go onto a store group and advertise products, especially if they're not stocking your product. But I've also got a review channel, so I want to promote. Like I'll have you guys on a Tuesday night sometime. It'll be fucking early though. It'll be about 6 o'clock for you.
We can make that work.
Yeah. So, and then I want to promote that I'm having a live with you guys, and then I just get blocked from the page because it's like, oh, you didn't follow the rules. You didn't write #168 next to your agenda, and I'm like,
fuck that shit off.
Yeah, I don't think I have to do that. Like it's, I don't know.
I mean, we've always said that our page is. We see it's open to the whole industry. Really, we've always said that.
Yeah.
We're never, there's some people in the industry we might not see eye to eye with, but they're more than welcome to advertise on our page. We're very much industry based. You know what I mean? It's for the industry, for every vapor. You want to promote, you promote. That's fine.
Yeah, and there's also
it's easy for you to control if they're spamming your channel or not. Like, I don't know. What's up, Tricky? He's the cutest little thing.
Yeah, guys, if you haven't ever seen it, go check out the TTT show. It's really good. I've watched a few of them. I never seem to catch it live, so I always watch the replays. But they're always really good.
I've caught it live twice.
Told me that. Yeah. I think I want to say I've been doing lives longer than anyone because I've been doing this shit for like 4 years and I don't know how to edit. So every time I did something, I was just like, so what I got to do? Yeah, click this button to go live. Click. Oh, look, I don't have to edit. But I see a lot of the channels are, I think it's since YouTube has started introducing more relaxed content creators like us.
Yeah,
a lot more people are jumping onto the live thing, which is super cool. Really, really, really good. And you'll be surprised at the amount of vape reviewers that you watch every single week that are shit on live camera. It's just
the freeze. It's hilarious.
And they're like, I'm like, God, talk to me. Don't worry about anyone else. Don't worry about the comments. So feel like I have to like carry the show until they like get their wings, and then we can have a good show. But you'd be surprised, like the most like world-renowned vape reviewers, and they're like, "No, I'm not coming on your live." I'm like, "Fucking come on my live." They're like, "Oh, we just record it and then you can edit it and put it up." I'm like, "No, that's not how we do it. We don't do a blooper reel. We do it for real."
Yeah, that's the joy of it, isn't it? You like to see people make mistakes. You like to see their more sort of human side, you know?
Oh yeah, and then you get a guy like me, and everyone loves a car crash. I mean, it's just rubbernecking. Like, what happened there? It's a fucking train wreck, isn't he? Where are we? Are we in YouTube? Are we in Facebook?
We are
We're on both
YouTube
and
and
Facebook.
we are on 6 different Facebook groups right now as well.
Oh no!
I've got quite a few Facebook groups which I've worked with over the years that I get permission to share stuff to, as well as our own groups. So,
okay.
To be honest,
they ask everyone in chat to like share this. I love doing that when I go into a show. If I'm going to watch it, I'll share it. Oh, there we are. Look at us. Hello. Oh, the beard's fucking sexy.
I feel so inadequate.
Wow, yes, aren't you wearing pants?
Well, you can't see down, so that's just keeping that way.
I'll let you in on the secret.
He has no underwear.
I'm going to run off.
Got no bottoms up.
I thought about doing it in the past, and I just wouldn't even feel comfortable doing it myself, really. So
I do it quite regular, quite liberating.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. It's bound to be a fail, and it won't go viral in a good way, ever. I was on a Zoom room the other day, and somebody was like, "Oh yeah, do you remember this mod?" And he stood up to get the mod, but when he a bit of a chunky guy, and then his shirt lifted up. And all I saw was like with a bit of like hair, and I don't know if his belly button looked like an asshole, and I was like, "Whoa, what the hell is that?" He was like, "Look at me." I'm like, "Oh no, it's the front part." Okay, no, that's fine. Put it in.
Callum always comes up with the best comments, man.
Okay, so disclaimer. It doesn't read well. So where's comment? Oh, there's a comment. Doesn't the comments like pop up here in the screen section?
No, me or Josh have to pop them up.
Who's Janine?
I don't know. She
I
knows
have
you.
no idea.
Oh.
I can't see anything. I can't see what they've written.
No, they just seem to have left a blank comment.
Yeah,
Janine Baron, I think she's one of my friends. So she's shared your video onto her private timeline. So
thank you very much.
Thank you, Janine.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that a lot.
Yeah. So what's up, boys? How's life? How you guys in lockdown still? Sorry, I'm jumping into like interviewing you. I'll shut up for a second.
No, it's fine.
Actually, that could work quite well.
How is it over there anyway? How's the whole? We don't try to talk about COVID too much because it can get a little bit much. But how is the whole COVID situation over there?
Everyone's safe, and we're getting back to business. And just be careful out there. We've the South African vaping community lost an extremely good friend last week, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, today, 2 weeks ago. One of the reviewers, and it was a bloody shock. He's 34 years old. So it's fucking real. Don't pussyfoot around. Don't take it lightly. Wear your masks, carry a bottle of hand sanitizer, and be safe.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, damn right.
That's enough for the business talk.
Yeah, I just went to have my vaccine today, so I was very happy to go and have that. And
oh god, yeah.
Is that why you look like that? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
No, that's what he looks like normally.
It's been a long few days, man. Long few days.
Yeah, I don't know if vaccines are available for us normal folk here in South Africa yet. I think they're still trying to vaccinate all the medical personnel and stuff like that, which is, I mean, obviously, like, they're the most high risk because they come into contact with people with COVID. So, yeah, we can't have our nurses and doctors fucking out. There won't be anyone to look after us. I'm not good at that sort of shit. I'm a farm boy. You got a broken leg on my farm, we just put you down. Sorry.
Start growing a second head very soon. I mean, Chris is all right. He had it before me, and Vinny had it way before either of us. And
I had it not this Monday gone, the Monday before.
I got my second one in a few weeks.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my second one done.
I didn't know you had to take it like multiple times.
Yeah, it's 2.
Christo Otto is one of my mates. I've known him for like 20 years. He's like South African vaccine, lots of booze. That's why you know that in South African
That's
lockdown,
why Josh is immune.
They stopped sale of alcohol and cigarettes, including vape gear, in our lockdown. We've been able to buy beer now for like maybe a month and a half.
You see, like
that's where homebrew comes in.
In our lockdown, one of the only things that remained open was off licenses, because if you try and take alcohol away from the Brits, shit's going to get real quick.
Yeah.
Real quick.
Okay.
We sell it in supermarkets as well.
Yeah. I noticed that when we were out in Birmingham. I don't know if you know, because our time zones were so different, we might have had a bit of jet lag. So we got to the expo a bit late one day. Well, we woke up late, myself and my mate Mark, that was touring with me, and we're like, okay, let's stop at Tesco's and get some like food for everyone, and then if we bring food, they won't be mad because we're like 2 hours late. And walking through the fucking Tesco's, and there's all the Brewdog IPAs all over the place. I'm like, I'm fucking taking those with me. bought like one in the cold section, like a pack of sausage roll, a mini sausage roll, a bottle of ketchup, and like I don't know, 24 beers, just in case. Yeah. Oh, and a 6-pack of, well, I don't know if it was Sprite or 7-Up, but it had cucumber in it or whatever, because we thought that would make us feel better about the previous evening's proceedings. And it did. It was delicious.
Which expo was you over at, Brent? What year?
I was at Birmingham, 2019.
Oh, so the last
one
the last one we just had, is that when they did all the blottos with your?
I was there. Yeah. In the little block boxes, like the black and pink boxes. Yeah. I was there.
We were all there.
We were all there.
Oh, thanks for coming to say hello.
But we've all got fingers crossed that we might get one in October. Very, very fingers crossed. You know.
Yeah. Well, we're allowed live events, Brent, from July with 10,000.
Yes, but it takes more than 6 months to orchestrate Expo. It's not happening in this year.
Don't destroy our dreams.
It's not happening this year. The closest you're going to get is probably May next year. You might have early Birmingham or London Expo. Otherwise, you'll have probably 2022 will be early Birmingham, London Vape Show. Around about July, you'll have Dubai, maybe. We'll see how it happens with that. Stuttgart, and then year-end Birmingham Expo. Other than that,
A Hall of Vape are selling tickets right now, aren't they? For Stuttgart.
For next year, not this year.
Is it really? I thought it was this year.
The only thing I hope it has is when we next get an expo, I hope it's completely sold out, like massive. Everybody goes to town, and it just becomes an amazing event. Not that they aren't always amazing events, but that's what I'm hoping. Yeah,
I mean, Hall of Vape is kind of the same size event that we have here in South Africa, and ours is August, end of August. And it's just, it's wiped out. I know the organizers personally, and they were just like, they're not even booking the arena until the country's been COVID clear for 6 months, because if they put down their deposit, and you cancel on the 3rd or 4th month, they keep the deposit. So nobody's going to chip in if there's a risk of that. So the safest way to do is to have the region COVID-free for a full 6 months, and then start planning your shit after that. So
does make sense.
Yeah.
Because we won't get insurance either. No insurance company's going to touch a live event at the moment.
Neil McCallum, we call him McCloudy, because he forever used to do Zoom videos with a broken phone, and we're like, hey, there's a window in there, we can't see you. And he's like, I'm standing outside, my phone screen cracked. He says Brent and food go together like Brent and acrylic. Yeah, I am a self-professed fat kid trapped in the body of an athlete.
Whereas I'm completely the opposite way around.
Oh, you like diet food? I don't.
No, I mean, I've seen your lives for Brent. You've talked about food quite a lot. It gets on. We get a topic like I saw when you did the show with Tony B, and actually, I think you've both got food review channels as well, haven't you?
Yes. Yeah. We want to do a little. Collab. Yeah, Tony and the Beard.
I remember you were educating him in
one of those like 70s like punk, not punk bands. What is those like? With the afros and the hipster type of like. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tony and the Beard.
Oh, Tony and the Beard has got to happen, man.
Should we let out our little secret, Josh? Seeing as we're talking about the man.
You arranged it, so.
Okay, well, talking to Tony B, he's actually on the show next week, Brent.
Hey!
So there's a little drop. We haven't announced it yet, but yeah, Tony B's on next week. I got to know Tony my first year as a reviewer. He came over to an expo with SQ Squonks with his juice line, and I met him there. It's the first time as a reviewer there. We sat and talked for a long while and bonded and swapped emails and chatted still.
He's amazing. He is one of the nicest guys. Like,
gave me some proper sound advice when I first started. He really did.
I think anybody that's seen Tony in the industry knows Tony's one of the most stand-up guys in the industry. But we won't chat about Tony too much because we've got you on the show. But
Tony. I mean, nobody's ever caused such an uproar in the vaping industry as the Dolpho project. And that was massive. It was massive support from but majority of the influencers, personalities, celebrities, whatever in the vaping community, all stood by Tony B, because everyone that's had interactions with him, he's such a lovely guy. Really is. Thank you. Sweppo's one of my patrons. Well, he was. I just got to log on to my Patreon account quickly and fucking refund it.
Am I right in thinking that he makes end mods? Is that correct?
No,
very similar name.
Yes, Sweppo's, it's not his real name. It is a pseudonym. But he is the law. And that's about as much as we say. He's from London.
Cool.
Yeah, he's one of your boys in blue. Sweppo, the law.
So, Brent, what have you been vaping on this evening? Let's see what you've been vaping on.
Do we do the short, like the travel kit?
Yeah, let's do the travel kit. There's
a lot of nonsense here. So just starting off with the everyday Argus GT, a little bit scratched up. I don't look after mods. I believe that if I've tested it and it's a good mod, and I say it's a good mod, it's a good mod. Got the little Blotto Mini on the top there in custom acrylics, obviously, to match the gray. And inside that is one of my all-time favorite juices, Tiger's Milk. It's a lychee and Japanese white peach.
Ooh,
yeah,
good.
And it's got a very nice little. I don't know this. Well, maybe I understand. Vapors understand. It's got a really nice little throat hit. Like when it takes like in the morning, it takes you like a couple puffs to like okay, that's Tiger's Milk. I love this shit. But yeah, it's fucking delicious. I stock it on my online store, but it's generally out of stock because I just take it off the shelf whenever I want to.
Because you vape it all.
Yeah, I was just thinking if I should mention that last part because my wife's going to kick my ass. And then a little happy birthday gift from a very, very close mate of mine, Henny. He actually operates the other Bearded Viking store. So we are Bearded Viking Vapes FS HQ headquarters, and he is FS, which stands for Free State. So Henny Brew, if you're watching, it did die for a minute, but I got it. I got somebody to fix it for me. It's back up and running. I have the garter in there. Oh fuck, he's here. I'm so bad at this reviewing shit. So inside here, I have the world famous Bearded Viking 42 coils. They own out at Awesome. I'm running that at none of the business. And yeah, so Bearded Viking coils, we just launched a new coil. So that's in here. This is a garter MTL device with a really, there's a problem with that drip tip. It's way too big. I've got the Bearded Viking Customs MTL coil in here. It's a micro alien. It's called a MT alien because the M and the T and the L are capitals for MTL, and then alien is fitted in there, squashed a little bit. And yeah, so and then of course, Heisenberg. Because there's no berg like the Heisenberg, and
unless it's a burger.
There is a sneaky little lurker. I hope you guys don't judge me.
Never. A cocoa.
Fuck, I can't get away from it. Like really, I fucking love this little thing.
Evening, Chris.
Hey, Lethal, what's up, my dude? Yeah, so that's me. Two little devices, Bearded Viking coils, Tiger's Milk, Heisenberg, in the cocoa, not just because, but forever and always, Jelly Babe. Don't ask me what flavor it is. It's Jelly Babe. It's a powerful jelly candy because it says so on the label. But it's fucking nice. It's the MTL and it rocks my socks. And hand it over to Chris.
Let's all. What are you vaping tonight, Chris? I reckon I can guess.
Well, yeah, you can guess. I'm on the Duff Power with the QP as always, and in that I've got some, thanks to Josh recommending it and just constantly going on about it, some Sober Rabbit Xeon, and he's actually quite nice.
Xenon, Chris.
Xenon, yeah, whatever.
Much love, really Chris. Thank you.
Huh?
Not you. Sorry, I was responding to a chat.
Yeah. Second, I'm on my Tocha with me Elite V2.
Much love, Chris. Thank you.
We're getting some repeating going down.
What have I done? Oh, that was me.
That's you, yeah.
All right. I thought you were playing a prank on Chris. Like every time he tries to tell you what he's vaping, you're like, "Much love, Chris." Oh, not you. And I was like, "You did it again," and I'm like, "Oh, you're just trying to override him, do a little Laurel and Hardy skit with him," and then it was me fucking up the whole show.
You can tell Brent's watched the show before, can't you?
Yeah, I just basically get shit on. He's like, "Yeah, fuck you."
When it starts off like that, I normally just go, "Ladies and gents, welcome to the Fuck Show."
We need to do a book show. Josh, you going next?
Professional as always.
Yeah, I mean, you can pretty much guess what I'm on. I'm on all the Limelight goodies this evening. So
And the new
Wicket with a tripod from Atmazoo. I would say some of Andy's coils, but I've run out. So
I forgot what they're like.
I'm
not even vaping on any.
That one has in it the Cyber Rabbit Neon, the other Cyber Rabbit one that I really like, which is the peach, citrus, and grapefruit flavor. It's really good.
Is it?
Really good. Now I've got the Wicket Mono Light, the MOSFET one with the Cree on top, and has the Dead Man's Hand, number 13, and then just to round it off, another Wicket with another tripod, because I love the Wicket and I love the tripod, and that's got in it the other Cyber Rabbit which I've left downstairs. So
Oh. Well, I'm on my new thanks to Josh. I've got the wicked ant, vicious ant, Primo.
You did say wicked enough times, so it's
and the Skyler RTA as well with a rather god awful drip tip, but I'm quite enjoying that drip tip.
Yeah, me too. I fucking hate the strip tip.
Yeah, but
I love it so much.
Yeah,
like, they're comfortable and they're really good for flavor.
Oh, it just makes me feel like really fancy. I'm like, gosh, now.
Like one of those ladies, like back in the 70s, like 60s, 70s, used to vape with that, like the cigarette.
I don't know what. Oh, ladies that were dating you were doing this, like. Yeah. What a cradle. Yeah. Okay, so I was up at like 5 a.m. this morning. I haven't slept all day. I think I might. So I had too many cups of coffee. I know that, but I don't promise to tone it down at all. So
That's absolutely perfectly fine.
Oh.
Huh.
I just want to ask, I had a text message through saying that I'm due a tax refund from a number that I don't know. Scam much?
Yes, I've had several of those in the last few weeks.
Did it end with my friend? Because then that's one of the guys from Nigeria. I know that. My friend. You win it, my friend.
I had the funniest one ever. Well, not me, one of my best friends, Rob. He had one, and it came through. Your uncle, Mr. Lucky Fellows, has passed away and left you a considerable estate. It's just like, I never knew I had an uncle Lucky Fellows. like,
I love that sort of stuff.
The thing is, like, I know that's a scam, but there's like my mum would be like, "Yeah, sweet, great. I'm self-employed. I'm getting a tax rebate."
Or that email, and they're like, Richard Branson is giving away free flights to America. And mom's like emailing me. I'm like, Mom, seriously, it's a fucking scam. Like, no. Bill Gates wants to give money directly to you. Like, no, he doesn't do that.
So you mean the hot women in my area don't find me attractive then?
No, Chris.
Okay, I read it, Neil. I read it. I did it. I read it. All right, we're gonna break into a parody. Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? So one day, a long time ago, I when you listen, I always got music in the office, in the workshop, in the car. Well, when I'm in the shower, I always got music on, and I just got that song stuck in my head. And I was doing one review show, and it just flipping. I was just like, it kept on playing through my head, and then somebody said something, and I was like, "Why can't we be friends?" And the guys caught on to it. Now every time I'm in the middle of divulging the closest secrets of Tony B or like Grim Green, and then somebody puts a comment, and I'm watching the comments on the side, and what? And it starts playing in my head. We just started a fucking Discord thingy, my bob. I don't know what it does. Neil and Max are my spanners, and they've taken the reins there. So Bearded Viking Customs has a Discord. That's all I know about it. But one of the channels, the main channel where everyone just talks shit. It's called Why Can't We Be Friends?
And is this Discord for patrons only, or is it for anyone to join?
So Neil,
because I know a lot of reviewers out there have Discords, but it's for their patrons, which is fine. I get that. I love the fact you should give your patrons back more. You know, they're supporting you. They are, and that's.
Can I just say I'd be very lonely. I only have 2.
2 Discords.
No, 2 Patreons.
I'm trying to find something nice to say about that. Too many cooks spoil the apple broth.
I don't push it. I used to. I just gave up pushing it. I didn't do this.
Look, the whole everything happens as a sequence of fucked up events in my life, and then it evolves into something. And I've been very thankful to have Neil McCloudy, Max LeFrog, Chester Griffin Ninja, Griffin Ninja. We call him Ninja, but anyway, Julian. They've been fucking amazing. They really help. They're the guys always popping up the links and stuff like that in chats and stuff like that. And they manage a lot of those things. So we have so the Patreon page was just a Zoom room because I was using Zoom and I had to pay for it to use it to have other people on the channel. And then I was like, well, somebody needed to show me something or something. And I was like, well, let's just pop onto Zoom. And I'll put the link for the Zoom into my Bearded Viking Facebook page. And he's like, oh, you haven't sent me the link. And I'm like, I have sent it to you. And then people just started popping onto it. And I'm like, yeah, I just want to talk to this person. And then there was 15 people in there. And I was like, okay. So would you guys maybe want to do this every Tuesday after I finish my live? I'll just open up the room. And they were like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then after a while, it got a bit difficult to manage the not quality of people, because we're all rubbish in our own ways. But some guys were coming through on cell phones, and the echo and the sound was coming back, and we had a lot of technical issues. And then somebody said to me, well, why don't you just make this a paid Zoom? And I was like, why? For what? And they're like, well, don't you have a Patreon page? Oh, it was Tenacious TX Vapes. And he was like, well, set up a Patreon page and charge for your Zoom. So I was like, well, I've done the review. That's what people would pay for. Why would they watch the review and then come sit and then it's the community. It's just like-minded people talking shit with each other. And I think my Zoom fees are really small. And this Brio camera was paid for with Zoom money. That's Patreon money. I don't use the money for anything else except a microphone, some RAM in the computer, cocaine, things. Yeah.
Vinny.
No, so yeah, it just evolved into that. And then the Discord, I actually said to Neil today or yesterday, I was like, I see, because I'm in other people's private Discords, Patreon only Discords, and I was like, should we have a little thing that says that? And he was like, he'll work on it. And then I was like, I don't know what for. Well, there's enough ways to communicate already. And I like the video thing. It's it brings the community together, a sense of compadreship. You've just in a Zoom, in a Discord, you can, I don't know, you can be having a bad day, say something wrong, and somebody would think you're a dick. But if you're face to face with somebody and you're having a bad day, and you'd be like, oh, just fuck off, man. And the guy will be like, hey, what's wrong? And you're like, no, just, I popped my car going out the driveway. I'm not in a good mood. And I'm like, and then you talk about it and you get over it. So I like live shit. I like humans.
Yeah. I can see Josh's little grey matter turning over right now.
No. I was literally putting another thing on the other screen. That was all. It just takes me a while to work that shit out sometimes.
Hello, Brenny. Brenny must have just woke up because he's in Australia. So
oh, blimey, yeah.
What's today? Saturday, Friday.
It's getting towards Saturday for you. And like Brendan put that picture, that message up in the chat in his picture. I was like, I swear that's Jay Hayes. Like the picture.
Who put up Jay Hayes? What?
No.
Brainy's picture.
Yeah, the picture looks like Jay Hayes.
Brainy has the most legendary tattoos ever in the whole world's history of knuckle tattoos. It says Sandwich.
I love it. That's nice.
So it's a knuckle sandwich. Haha.
I get it. I quite like that's a life choice.
It is. I would never suggest to anyone to have tattoos on their hands at all, ever. Yeah. Seriously, drunken moment. I woke up in the morning after a craft beer festival and I was washing my face. I've got like a little mangled finger. And I was washing my face and I saw this writing here and I was like, I washed it off and I was like, it's not coming off. But why is it hurting? And I was like, oh, fuck, it's real. Yeah. And so, I've got oops written on my finger. Oops. Sweat power. Careful now. You're getting ahead of yourself.
There's some proper banter going on in the chat.
Yeah, I'm watching it. I've never seen the chat so lively.
No, not for a long while, for sure.
Brent, your people are great. We love it.
Yeah, dude, we've got a really, really good, really strong community. I would say if you're an outsider, pop into the Zoom 2 or 3 times before you start
commenting,
rating anyone, because they're a tight-knit bunch and they will fuck you up. But once you're in the pack, once you're in the wolf pack, yeah, you're there for life. Yeah,
that's cool, man.
Got to earn your place, and then you're like that. I get that.
Yeah,
I would say that we're like that with our subscribers, but you know. Now we actually have a chat with them, most of them, a group chat that we have with most of them, and it gets a bit odd in there at points. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you come in and talk shit, that's fine. Hey, Chasing the Myths, what's up, my bro? You know you're a dick, but you're our dick. He's a reviewer from South Africa as well, Chasing the Mist. Go give him a follow on YouTube. Very good, in depth. He actually does reviews, unlike me. I do this shit. Yeah, if you're gonna join into the Patreon thing, we have a separate place. You know, this is where I was going in the beginning. So if you ever notice, I've got a bit of ADHD, DDH, ABDDC, and so you said about the Discord, is it for Patreons only? And it's not, because, well, I haven't worked out quite how to extract all your money from you yet, but I will. So we've got a private Facebook group for the Patreons. It's called Valhalla. Don't bother adding yourself. Neil will not let you in. Yeah, and that's where we communicate and we talk shit and send messages to each other. And I'd like to say as much shit, no. More than the shit that we give each other, we encourage each other a lot. Yeah. I'm very strong on the mental health awareness. We're always offering telephone numbers or whatever. I think everyone in my Patreon has everyone's number. It's not like a thing. You go into Zoom and you're like, hey, let me private message you. Like, no, just say what you got to say or phone me. And everyone in my Patreon has my telephone number. Like, if you need it, I'm insomniac. So if you need to call me at fucking whatever time in your morning or my morning, give me a call, bro. Like, I'll definitely answer it if I can. Unless I'm completely asleep, which is very unlikely. But yeah, we love each other. I've talked too much.
And that's exactly what our group chat was about. We I don't know if you saw it. A few weeks ago, we did like a sort of a mental health special show, and some people took it the wrong way. And we said, look, well, let's if you need to chat, we're all here. Let's have a little bit of a group where we can support each other. And we called it the clique because we were kind of taking the mick out of somebody else, but called it the clique. The clique. The clique.
And it's one clique. What?
Not the clit. The clique.
Oh, Chris. Oh, yeah. But yeah,
I'll say it. I ain't bothered.
We brought on one of our subscribers and a good friend of mine, Ryan, who basically sat and told us about everything he's gone through. And it didn't go down too great with a lot of people. But a lot of people...
What do you think happened?
Because they thought that we was mocking him because he was laughing, telling the stories he'd gone through. I mean, he's in the chat tonight, Ryan, as well. And it was heart-wrenching, some of the things he'd gone through. But he wanted to share. He wanted to talk about it. And some people said that we shouldn't be doing it and we shouldn't be doing this and encouraging people to talk like this and laugh at it and things like that. But you need to talk about mental health. It's not something you can just keep bottled up. And yeah,
I mean, I couldn't say I have any sway over the way that the Zoom or the live was conducted. But if he was willing to divulge it, and I'm that kind of person as well. Like I treat death with humor. I prescribe humor for every situation. It makes it very difficult to be a boss because I'll like shit on somebody for something and then I'll like punch them in the nuts because just be nice. Yeah, I don't like being that big mean guy. I was that big mean guy for many years in my life, and I've for the last 25 years I've worked extremely hard to focus my chi and not be that sort of aggressor. Mental health is real. And I hate to say this, but I feel like it's that thing that needs to be said. Men's mental health needs to be talked about.
Definitely.
And that was
it's not to exclude women. It's just that, I mean, domestic abuse of males happens as well. That needs to be talked about. But it's a funny thing. People can take it in the wrong way. And you saying it's a close mate of yours, Ryan, so you know his sense of humor and you know where your boundaries are. To somebody from the outside, somebody on the outside looks at me and they're like, "That guy is mental," and I'm like, "Probably. I just don't have the paperwork." But yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those.
Yeah, but that is Ryan's comment right there. That is the man who came on and. I say he's a good friend of mine as well. So
yes, right. There we go. Yeah. We all use that, and a lot of people that are aggressive or whatever will tell you that what you will know if you've dealt with mental health, that is just another front. You know that guy that doesn't deal with his emotions well, and he's like beats up everybody. Yeah, that guy. Yeah. So so you change it over, and now instead of getting angry, I get humorous. But because I'm a tough guy, there's a very fine line, and this has come up in the last week or so, more than once. There's a fine line between having a mental health problem, understanding a mental health problem, divulging your mental health problem to other people, and being a fucking millennial. Okay. there is a, oh, yeah, I don't like it. Oh, I get depressed when I go to work because my boss is so mean to me. Bro, be a fucking man, punch your boss in the face, and get another job. Or stay in the same job and suck it up by the cup, because we all have to do it. There's just some shit in your life that you have to deal with. Mental health doesn't fall in that category of my boss is picking on me. It doesn't. That's not it. That's not it. Mental health is when you've got a 6'2" guy and burly and strong, and he's afraid of fucking tissue paper. That's a mental health issue. You know, it impairs his life to the fact that he can't go to a restaurant because there might be toilet paper in the vicinity near him, and it's phobias and things like that. Not if somebody's being mean to you. You know, maybe you haven't done your job good. That's why he's being mean to you.
Yeah.
Or you've had Tide Pods.
Yeah, you got to be able to differentiate those things. And talking about it will make you know that. You come onto my channel. I'll tell you if you're a pussy or not.
Oh, Brent, I am a fully self-confessed snowflake.
There we go.
Yes, he is.
Nothing wrong with that. As long as you understand that it's, you see, mental health is your issue, and being a lily is other people's problem with you. That's the difference.
Yeah, completely. But I'm perfectly fine with being a snowflake. I always have been, and I always will be.
So why do you say you're a snowflake?
I'm a very sensitive man, and I bite very easily to be wound up.
So
very.
Could you kill an animal?
Yes.
Not that much of a pussy.
That's not going to hurt me.
And they taste good.
Yes. Win-win.
So in what point of your day do you find that you wuss out on things?
Well, I won't say day to day, because my day to day job, I'm a nurse, as we were discussing before the show. And
One reason I can't do that, vomit. I can't deal with it.
Don't bother me in the slightest. No, there's only one thing that bothers me. I'm not going to say it on this show, just in case anyone I work with is watching.
Yes, I know. Facebook restrictions again.
Yeah, the itching of the stockings you can't deal with.
Vinny's boss, if you're watching the show, as you did the other week, thanks for liking the show.
Yeah.
I think the person that scares Vinny at work is this tiny little Asian chick.
I'm not saying anything.
Seems like Brent just hit the nail on the head with that one.
I'm not saying anything. I'll just say the team I work in, there's 30 odd of us in total. I am the sole man.
Oh. Well, that's not bad. It's not bad. So do they always like call you when there's like a patient that's big and like, sorry, can you just help us with, and like, I'm not a fucking forklift.
Yeah.
You got this job on your own, do it.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Thanks for topping in, Brendan. Have a good nap.
Cheers, Brendan.
Still really early where you are. So,
he probably gone to bed.
I was going to say, I think that's our first Australian ever in the chat. So
it could well be, actually. No. There was one. Yeah, we have had one before.
Yeah, chasing the mist. 100% agree, bro. Like, I mean, yeah, the vomit I'm not that bad with. The poo, I can't do. Decomposing bodies and severed cadavers, yes, that's fine. That's no problem. I have a really weird, and I don't know where I picked it up because I grew up on farm. So if you guys know what AI is, not Elon Musk's version of AI, artificial insemination.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
So how long is this show? We've got 4 hours. I've got a little story to tell you.
It can be as long as it needs to be.
You put, so both arms go in at the back.
Yeah.
There's only two things.
Head doesn't carry on.
And you've got a syringe that's like this long with the bull semen in it, and you hold that in your mouth.
Yeah.
And you can't wear those plastic gloves like they do in the movie. They tear and they break, and if that shit gets stuck in there, it's a problem. So you just go in bare knuckles, and so you go through the cervix. So it goes up and down like this. So you use the syringe and you put it there, and then you manipulate it with this finger and that finger to get it to go, and you're pushing it in with your mouth, and there's shit falling out, and there's no problem. Slaughtering animals, no problem. I puked on my daughter's face trying to change her nappy. I've tried like 4 times with her, and my son, I have never changed his nappy, and he's 2.5. So blessings to my wife. I love you so much for that. It's not my game. I can't do it.
Unfortunately for me, it is my game, so I change both my boys most of their nappies.
No, man.
I did my daughter's nappy, yeah.
Yeah, I've done it loads of times. One of those.
Vinny, as a professional, do boys stink more than girls?
No, I generally find girls stink more.
Oh, shit, my son was in bed and I nearly died. He's a Why do I keep on having to scroll to the bottom of the comments?
I don't know. It normally refreshes
it does it to me from time to time.
But yeah.
Really weird.
What? Oh, you see that fucking Discord just blip, 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 blip.
Yeah, I did wonder what that was.
Yeah, Ryan's got a point. Boys are easier. You can wipe in any direction.
Oh, no.
There's only one direction.
No, you don't wipe into the balls.
Yeah, you can clean that up easy enough if you need to.
No. You just tether him to the washing line outside and you spray him with a hose until the nappy falls off. And then you let him run around naked till his mum gets home from the shop. Asking for a friend. Wow, Ryan.
Yeah, I'm not bringing that one up. Facebook will not like that.
Hey, Alex Mark Klopper. Hoe gaan het met Brent? Is het alles bij goed met jou?
Right then, Josh, have we got any segments for tonight?
Yeah, we do have some segments, but we were just chatting away, so.
Yeah, aren't you guys supposed to be working yet?
Do you think we're professional?
We only ever do it for fun.
Dude, I just had the best idea for a flipping a merch shirt. Don't ask me, I just work here.
Yeah, so for you guys in the chat that are new to the chat, and probably Brent, we do a few segments. We do one called the Cool Wall. So I don't know if you guys get Top Gear over there. I know it's shown in a lot of countries. Do you ever get Top Gear over there?
Grand Tour.
Grand Tour, okay, yeah, Grand Tour, yeah. They used to do a section on old Top Gear called the Cool Wall, where they used to rate the new products coming out. So we basically copied it and did it with vape gear.
Brilliant.
So we picked five products, and basically we just rate them and see if they're any good or not. So it could be a new product, it could be something we've not tried, and I have actually pretty much exclusively picked pretty new products tonight and some pretty oddballs as well. So we'll do some cool action if you recall, and it gets people chatting quite a lot as well. Not that people haven't been chatting tonight. The chat's been amazing tonight. So
I'll come in last because I think I've dominated the first hour of your show. I'll just
that's fine.
And I'll just comment on comments as they come in. Clarkson's the dude. I love Clarkson. He's the best.
Oh, God,
if I had to be one of the Top Gear presenters, I would definitely choose Captain Slow because gameplay is the best.
Hello, well let's do some cool one. We have a bumper for this, so we play it.
And would you?
Sorry, Brent, my bumper interrupted what you were showing, so show it off.
I was just offering you guys some South African biltong. Would you like some?
Oh, I have never had proper South African biltong, but I love biltong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask my brother-in-law if he's got it.
It's so much better than that jerky shit.
Yeah,
I'd try it.
it is completely different. Yeah,
Really is. Biltong's amazing.
no.
Anyway, so we you see, it's such a good snack with beer and stuff though. It's great with like, oh, it's so good. So good.
Yeah, I'm on diet, so I have to hide my shit in my office.
But I know
live on air.
I've got a lot of friends that are like, obviously very body dominant. They're like, yeah, like to go to the gym all the time, but they eat a lot. He eats a lot of biltong. He likes biltong. It's a good snack for him. Lots of protein. So
100% protein, some saturated fat, brilliant for you. But you can buy biltong. Just Google like a Zaffa store. I know there's quite a few around the UK. So
yeah, there's quite a lot. It's really good stuff. Biltong, love it.
probably
Anyway,
expensive.
we'll go through some Cornwall products. The first product I'm gonna bring up is one of probably the hottest selling product I've seen in a long time. Like this thing sold out super quick, brand new. Brian over at Vapors Cloud seems to do an amazing job on it, and but it's had some odd mixed reviews. So I'm going to bring it up and see what the chat think about it, what you guys think about it, and you probably worked out what it is. It's the Abyss.
Yeah.
By Suicide Mods, and this thing's supposed to be the sort of billet box killer. It's got bridges and stuff for everything, and it wouldn't surprise me if Brent ends up making some some custom glasses and all acrylics for this and all sorts of stuff. Wouldn't surprise me if it's already in the works.
I started making it 2 days ago.
There we go. So, I mean, I've already seen a lot of people making. I don't know if you know Nick Wren from NRD Designs, makes a lot of. He's already started doing stuff for it, and there's loads of stuff out there. So, I mean, you guys that have got one in the chat, how are you finding it? How are you finding the Abyss?
There's lots of things going around with it leaking and various things, isn't there? I know that seems to be one of the biggest issues.
I've only heard it leaked with one pod so far, and I think it's a batch issue. The PNP GTX coil.
I had a different bridge as well. Was having a few little difficulties.
And I heard Grim had trouble trying to get his to work with certain bridges in, but I think he sorted it out. So
he didn't get the bridge to work. That's different.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not the mod. That's because it's
no.
Yeah. Out the side when you put the cap on, and he didn't test fire it before he put it into.
Well, that's amateur, Grim.
I was with Grim that time, and I was.
So I mean, like I said, it just seems to be this like I know they got released here and they were sold out like in minutes. They were just gone.
The hype train did an amazing job on it. Let's just say that for definite, because they like Josh just said, they was in the UK as soon as they went on websites. They was gone in like 30 minutes, all of them.
19 minutes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I know that Grim and Bogan did the live on the Grim Green channel, and they're like, "Oh, we're not supposed to show this," and it seemed 100% planned.
It wasn't.
It wasn't. It just seemed so like, oh, Bogan's on tonight, and we've got this new product from Brian that Bogan kind of had it. It just seemed really planned, but what it did was just everyone was like, "What's that device? I want that device. It looks so cool!" Like fucking, and the idea behind it's amazing.
Yeah,
it really is amazing. I think the guys over at Suicide and Vapors Cloud and everyone they've had involved in it have done a Dolph Poe, yeah, and Dolph Poe are killing it at the minute. They really are, with all the stuff they bring out and collaborating. But I mean, I think it's a pretty cool mod. I like the idea of it. The idea of what it can do.
It's an amazing idea and concept. You wouldn't think in reality that someone would do something like that can use all them bridges and encompass all them coils.
Well, like I said, in theory, it could be the only mod you'd ever need to get any type of vape you want. Really, I mean, obviously
I'll debunk that because it's 60 watts.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying. The only issue is it was 60 watts. You know, if it was 120 watts, you might get away with it, but.
Yeah. No, or even 80.
Yeah, I mean,
if you want to run your device at max capacity. But if you're I mean, it's perfect for the fucking UK. You guys with your TPD and stuff like that, single coils are quite prevalent in your industry. I mean, you could even put that little blotter on there. But that blotter with a dual coil, it wants about 80 watts. So to be fair, you would probably want that chip to be somewhere in the mark of about 100. So if we saw a re-release of the Abyss 100,
Yeah,
that would be
I
good.
think that could be the version 2.
Yeah, I've already seen a couple of people say it could almost do. It'll be perfect when there's a version 2. Does that make sense? Like
yeah, but that's a production issue. They want the same one. I know. There's a lot of people that do that, especially with a really out there, super innovative product. They wait for batch 2. So all the things are ironed out and creases are flattened, but I don't understand. I do foresee in the future that there will be an Abyss 100.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure. I'm almost positive.
I was just reading Chasing the Mist comment. He was stuck in as you would probably say, Joburg.
Yeah, he was. He's in Bloemfontein. His Abyss parcel, which was shipped on Thursday, it got to Johannesburg, and they weren't going to deliver it. And Craig from Vape rang up the courier and said, "You will deliver it for him today." So they drove 400 kilometers just to bring him one parcel.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Nice.
That's insane. That's insane.
Yeah, they don't call him the big guy for nothing. Just because he's 6'7". I mean, he's stooped like Shrek.
I don't get that kind of service.
Well, got to ask yourself your own questions, Vinny, sometimes.
I started by looking in the man in the mirror.
You see, I'm the bro of all their jokes and jibes, Brent. I get it all.
Yeah, because behind this fucking microphone.
No, I'd say it's a space expert as well.
Chris, that was what we call a setup slot. That's where you like chime in and say something to debunk the fact that you hide behind the microphone. You just proved me right.
I'm just purely ugly. That's why I hide behind it, and it's a cheap 15 quid mic, so I have to pretty much deep throat the goddamn thing for people to hear me.
I mean, that's incredible service. That is 400 kilometers. That's a long way.
Yeah, Vape has a rather large influence on the industry. They're probably, I don't have statistics, but yeah, they're probably the number one online retailer in South Africa. And my home store, because both of the owners live next door to each other, about 800 meters up my road. I was there today.
Very handy.
Okay.
Yeah, it is.
So, I mean, we do, for anyone that we do 3 categories, well, there's 4 categories. There's 4 sort of hidden categories. So we go uncool, cool, or sub-zero on the votes for it. And if it's really shit, there is a shit bucket. I mean, because I've not tried one yet, I'm going to go quite high in the cool for me. Until I get one and I try one, I mean, I think what it can do if I had one and it does everything it promises, and it goes straight into sub-zero category.
Yeah. I mean, I purely on the functionality and what it can do. For me, it has to go sub-zero. Because obviously, if you play with it enough and take the time to get it done right, it seems to work. So for me, it goes sub-zero. Please, Brian, can I have one? Christopher?
For its innovation, I'm going to go towards the top end of cool. Once they drop 100 watt, then I'd probably say sub-zero, as I don't.
You just like power, though.
80.
Yes.
Yeah. And
you need to come across to the dark side, Christopher. Like Josh has persuaded me to.
For a mod. as I just said, I'm using a £15 mic that come with a boom stand and a shitty little clamp that broke the first time I used it. And you say, use a £400 mod.
You don't need to use a £400 mod.
We'll just let you know that Vinny paid nowhere near that for that mod.
Yeah,
I've looked after Vinny. Vinny's wanted one for a long time, and I was like, we'll sort out a deal. What's your opinion on it, Brent? What's your opinion on the Abyss?
I would just go like, I'd put it right on the top. Super cool. Innovation, product availability, hype train was strong, functionality, and the look of it. They've captured a high-end market. Well, they're about to capture a high-end market that has existed for 14 years with no compare. Billet Box has reigned supreme. They haven't changed their function. They haven't changed their ergonomics. They've been billet boxes and allowed other people like me to accelerate customization panels, buttons, even up to guys are making their own boards and stuff like that. But they were alone in the industry, as far as I'm concerned, when you put an AIO, high-end AIO, and now the Abyss comes in at a quarter of the price with all the same functionality, a newer form factor, a new ergonomic, a new shape to it, something different. And if you fuck all that up, you can just put any single coil RTA that you've got on it. Essentially, it's a side-by-side.
That's the game changer. The fact that if you don't want to run that, you can just run it as a side-by-side mod. That is the game changer.
I think if you brush it with a fine-tooth comb, yeah, of course, you will find some issues. I believe that they've had more than a year's worth of testing on the final product. So O-rings wearing down and shit like that. Metals, the top plate is stainless steel so that it doesn't wear away as quickly as aluminium would. They've covered all their bases. And should they have a few little hiccups along the way, or should you have an issue with your product, you know that you're dealing with Dovpo and Suicide Mods. They got outstanding customer service. I don't think that there's a vape company in the world that would have brought the Abyss to us the way that Dovpo did. I think they were the perfect partners to make that device. And like you said, they are on form at the moment. Disregard 2020, but from late 2018, Dovpo have kind of come to the reviewers and said, we've run out of ideas. We're not going to make the same shit over and over again. And then I was going to say that, but yeah.
we'll say it.
Yeah. So they've come to the reviewers and they've said, you have any idea of maybe you want to do something with us? And the reviewer's like, yeah, kind of. And the way it normally happens is like you would have to approach them and say, hey, I've got this really cool idea for an RDA. And they'll be like, no, but we're going to make it like this and we're going to do that. And then you have no say. And like, so when they come to you and they say, we want to do a promo with you, like a launch, they do it the way you want it. A lot of backwards and forwards. If you can do the engineering yourself first, it always helps. But yeah, I think it's really good. Really, really good. And don't discredit Smock, because a lot of people that are vaping proper things nowadays started on that shit. And
well, actually, the very first product that went in Sub-Zero in the Cool Wall was the Smock Alien, because of what it did for vaping.
Was phenomenal.
Yeah, and that's the reason why. It took so many smokers into vaping. And, we all like to piss on the Smock Alien. It's one of those things, but it went straight into Sub-Zero. There were 6 of us on the show that night. I think everyone went Sub-Zero. Everybody went Sub-Zero. So
the Smock Alien, and then Wismek brought out Predator. It's exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Where Smock goes a bit weird is when they start doing like G-Priv, T-Priv, this thing with glass panels and lights and shit. And you're like, nobody wants to carry around a fucking lit up computer case. Like,
I had the
And they
early
break
tea
shit.
proof. I had the early tea proof, and the first thing I did was figured out how to turn those god awful lights off.
See, I didn't buy a smock early, and I bought an E-Leaf Icon 220 instead.
E-Leaf Primo.
and I'll tell you what, that was, and I bought it in Iron Man colours. I bought it in red and gold because I'm.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And that was a really good mod, and it had that whole side fire thing, like that whole button on the side. It was a really good mod, man. I liked it a lot, but that's what I bought instead.
And you guys take the piss out of me for reviewing smock.
Yeah.
I'll just remind you of that right now.
It's an easy way to wind up a snowflake.
Smock was being hampered by their quality. Their innovation is always up there. You know, other vape companies will look at a concept that Smock has got, and they'll make it better and do better with it. But if you look carefully, Smock sometimes is in the lead of innovation, but then they just put it together like cheap pieces of shit, and it doesn't last. So,
that is the issue.
And what we had there is we had two Sub-Zero. So usually put it to the chat, and the very first comment to come in after all chats, all the first to put in was from Chasing the Mist, and he put really good comment on that. Let me find it. He put in this one. It's not always about power and clouds. Flavor is important too. The versatility of the Abyss puts it in the Sub-Zero category for me. So it goes boom straight into Sub-Zero. That's it.
That's the way it works.
We always got, and a lot of people agreed with him. So boom, well done, Brian. Not that you care what we think that much, but it goes straight into Sub-Zero. I think it could be a phenomenon. Well, it already is a phenomenon, really, isn't it? It's getting that way. And I definitely still want one. Just when they're back in stock.
In case you're watching.
I'll buy one. Don't worry about that.
We ran a virtual expo, and we had Il Fernandez, when he was working for Dovpo, come on and speak to us about Dovpo, and the guy blew us away. He was really, really amazing to listen to. The knowledge the guy had. I know he's not loved by everyone in the community, but he was amazing. And Dovpo went from strength to strength when he was there as well, helping with the designs. So, yeah, I love Dovpo. I love the products now.
You don't know, I'll design the what mods did he design?
Bathala.
He did the Bathala for
a few others.
Watofu he works with again now. So
the Cthulhu.
Yeah, I think he did.
Yeah, he's had a lot of inputs with a lot of designs. Al's a cool guy. I like Al.
Yeah.
So not everybody likes him in the industry, but I like him. I think he's a cool guy.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
So anyway, the Abyss goes straight into Sub-Zero. I did have 5. I don't think we're going to get through 5, in all fairness.
Nope. Ryan.
Cheers, Ryan.
I picked some random ones that you guys might not have seen before, but I'm going to pick.
I know what you're going to pick.
A big mech company that aren't always loved on this channel so much, and their new mod. And I was quite taken by the way it looked. I'm not saying I'm going to go buy one because I won't, but I'm going to go with the new mod from Matt Cleaser and Perch, which is the Detonator. Now, there's a lot of similarities between this mod and a few other mod, and it looks like they've done 2 versions. It almost looks like they've done a little side fire button and a bottom fire as well. And I know there's a few people in the chat that's be like, oh, I got the patents for that. So
we actually had Matt Cleaser on a couple of months ago, Brent. No, we had it. We managed to get him on the show.
I actually think we're the only show that's ever managed to get him on.
Yeah, that's fucking well done. Because every time I talk to him, I'm like, dude, you got to come on my show. And he was like, no, I don't want to do it. Let David do it. Yeah, David done.
Well, the thing is, we called him out of it.
Yeah, well, it took me 4 years to get him on.
Vape, man, fuck. He loves the drama, man.
So this is when all this. Do you remember when all this patent stuff came out? I've got the patents for this and this and this.
Yeah,
I own Sidefire and everything else.
And Vinny called him out and he was chatting to him in the chat and he was like, well, he's like, no, it's not that sort of. He's like, come on the show. He's like, all right, then I'll come on the show.
And he did. He actually did.
He came up.
Brent, guess what he sat vaping? First of all, let's just cover this. All through the show, what do you think he sat and vaped?
Probably an ally.
No. A Juul pod. A Juul pod.
Which
Mr.
Juul pod?
Peart, Juul. You know Juul, the little
What?
took away. Yes, all the way through. That's what he sat and vaped.
Multiple Juul pods, actually.
Yes.
I know something. Yeah.
Either
It wasn't his own one that is now released. It was a Juul.
No.
But I'm guessing he may have been doing a little bit of market research for the one that he has now released.
Yes. Yeah.
So anyway, but he was on the show and we had him on the show. And if you don't know, you must know Immortal Mods, and a few of us at that point were on the Immortal team and stuff like that. I was on the Immortal team at that point, not anymore, and a couple of others. And he came on, and actually, to give him his dues, gave us a really good show, and he chatted really calmly, and he got on really well with him. Nice guy.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know,
I mean, Matt's a cool dude, like really.
Yeah.
But every time he turns his camera on, like, God, like, you need a leash. Like, somebody needs to stop you.
Yeah, he loves Alive. He really does love Alive.
Maybe he can't edit either. That's me. I like my lives because I can't be bothered to edit.
But yeah, so anyway, so we'll talk about that new one, the Detonator, and there's some similarities between that mod and other mods. You know, that little side fire looks it's a Brizzo.
Yeah, there's definitely a hint of a Brizzo there, definitely.
But
I'd say like, your innovation can only go so far with a tube mech. I love the fact that they've done a side fire bottom switch. Looks insane. Whoever brought it to market first. Oh, what? It's to service us. It's to give us what we want. Yeah. I mean, you know, you can Jay Hayes that shit as much as you want. Like, oh, I had that idea like 10 years ago. Like, well, did you do anything with it, man? Like,
Vinny sat there vaping a Skylar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't blame him. I bought that Skylar originally, so yeah.
I'm gonna start it first, and I would say it's a no from me. I don't know. How does your scale work?
So,
what is bad?
There's uncool, cool, Sub-Zero, or if you really hate it, it can go in the shit bucket. I mean, I'm not going to be that.
I'll give it a cool because I like the side fire switch.
Yeah.
As far as the finish and the aesthetics, kind of looks like a Vindicator to me, a little bit as well. So, and the fact that they never ever changed their Carnage RDA on the top, it's always got the same bloody Carnage. I mean, they've got to get. There's got to be something newer than that.
It's actually an X on top, isn't it? A Purge X, which is the one that was when they said this is our first Chinese RDA because we need to compete with the pricing and stuff like that.
If you look at it, it is a Carnage. It's the same.
And you've got one, Vin.
Yes, I've got one. I've got one to review, and I've still not done it because, I'm a pussy. Yes, I have a Carnage. I also have a Slam piece as well, but.
Slam piece was nice. I like that.
I like
if you were putting the guillotine up here, I would have given it.
The guillotine was a hot topic of conversation.
Yeah.
Look, I don't know. I mean, everyone's going to say that the bar's going to snap off, or the acrylic. They made their own acrylic. Apparently, is not going to handle the heat, or blah blah blah. It's a cool device.
Oh, look, we're getting there's some comments in here, man.
David Don't worry
Vinny,
Purge
see,
smudge.
it seems to be you either love Purge, and like, don't get me wrong, I've owned Purges. I bought a Twisted, I bought a See No Evil, like from new. No, the Twisted I got off a friend, but basically new, and the See No Evil I bought new, and they were expensive. You know, they were expensive.
Yeah, they sent me a copper Viper, and
Nice.
I love it as a desk mod.
Yeah, I can get that totally.
Yeah, I don't really do dripping that much. I appreciated the quality of the workmanship. That is like the most amazing thing to me, is that it was really well refined, well made. But I couldn't foresee myself carrying that thing around. Like 21-700, I think it weighed like 350 grams. It was insanely heavy. It was beautiful as fuck. But yeah, desk mod. I mean, if I was sitting here now and I had it wicked up, I would love to sit and just vape on it, and I'd leave it on the desk. Yeah. But you can't leave using it because it's copper decked. And yeah, there we go. Look at that.
I actually do take that out with me and carry
it. There's a couple of people.
Yeah, there's special people that would carry a double stack around with them, you know, in their pants, standing at the bus stop with their leg bent out a little so you can see the crease line of the.
I drive.
Wow. Don't drive.
I'm fat and lazy.
Guys, I must say there's some really interesting comments coming in about this.
Yeah,
which is great.
But yeah, for me, I'd put it in. I'd go cool. I won't go uncool purely because of the functionality again. Because obviously, if there's a bottom fire button as well as a side fire, that's hitting several ticks in the marketplace.
I don't think you get either or, though. I think you have to buy one or the other.
Well, yeah, but you can still use it that way, Josh. So it's.
I thought it was only side switch.
I don't know. The picture looks like there's two versions.
Side fire. It's just the way they put it.
Yeah.
It's the bottom button. No, I forgot that.
Yeah, so it's only sci-fi. Yeah. Sorry, my bad.
Side switch.
Shit bucket.
My bad.
Yeah, shit
and
bucket.
Vinny has the last product you'll ever get from Bird. Well done.
They've never sent me a product ever.
Oh, I thought they sent you the X.
No, I bought it.
You bought something?
Yes.
Yeah, hang on. You actually put your hand in your pocket?
Yeah.
Paid for something.
Hello, wife. Hello, dear. That's my wife, Brent.
Helene.
Helen.
Oh. Should I do my South African voice?
I mean, hello. I was gonna go cool as well. I don't think go uncool, because I hate to say it, I really like the way it looks. Like I really like that.
Yeah.
That little skull on the button and stuff. I think it's quite cool, but
yeah. But my rating is the button.
Moving on swiftly.
No, baby, I just said that to impress my friends.
Yes.
We all know how tight fisted it is.
Oh, what about you, Chris? You put in the purge.
Oh, I love Max's comment there.
I'm assuming when you say you're on about Sam, you're on about Bogan, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that was our new one today, then, the detonator.
No, I mean there was something else.
That's the new one they've just got, but that's not actually been released yet. It's not available yet. So it's the newest tube. Plyzo did the live about it on Wednesday. So I keep up with relevant events.
You're being watched.
So look, Chris, what do you think about the purge?
So Stan reviewed the Purge Catalyst today, 21700 hard fire mech. Looks pretty cool. It's got the guillotine bar on it. And the what?
Sorry. It's just when atom. I always say atom bar.
I knew one of you had Tourette's. It's named Fire Bar from the Guillotine.
Yeah. Right, back to the.
Sorry, no, I'm just joking. I'm just joking. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So, Chris, what's your thoughts on it?
I'd probably say cool because he does look, especially the silver one with the skull, looks really nice. I will give him that. No impurge, they're not going to be cheap. So,
£429.
ouch.
Already on sale on East One at
say cool. Bottom end of cool. It's a nice mod, but just overpriced.
Fair enough, Chris.
Well, what goes in cool? It goes solidly in cool. All four of us said cool. Doesn't matter what level. Cool.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you said cool.
No, you said.
I retracted my cool and put it in the shit bucket.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's why I said that's the last purge product he gets sent. And then I bought it. And then Helen said, "You bought something?" And then again, nope, I'm watching you, bitch.
Well, it still goes in cool because it gets free cool votes. So there we go.
If you can't do the live next week, Vinny, because you got a black eye, bro, we know why.
I had a few more products. Should we squeeze in one more? Should we squeeze in one more?
One more.
Do I go with the big name Chinese kit, or do I go with one of the two?
Just pick one, John. Just pick one.
Well, get something like a pod system or an AIO or something. You've done that. You've done a mech. So, yeah, a kit would be good.
Well, it's a kit, but it is kind of a pod kit. So this is the latest one from Aspire. So this is the Nautilus Prime X kit. Now, personally, I love that. I hate to say it. I love the fact that it comes with it can be a lot of different things.
Does everything in that what you see in the picture come in that box?
Yeah, it does, Josh.
If you buy it as that kit,
that's
yes, it
a lot
does.
of kit. How much is that?
I can tell Brent doesn't like it straight away.
Yeah.
I love Aspire, but to put everything in a gaudy box and
just so you know, you can buy the mod individually. You can buy all the accessories individually. Yeah. That's if you want to buy it all together.
I like the mod individually, and I like that it comes with two different types of quills. You can choose which one you want, and then you buy the quills from there on. And if they had separate little packs that you could add to that creates a little hobby kind of situation around it. But when you offer it all in one big, it looks like a reviewer's box. That's when you get them. It just looks. They've released to public reviewers boxes, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Are you undecided about what product is good in that box? Why would you think so many different things?
I suppose to a lot of vapors, they will see it as being multifunctional with it having all that and coming in one box, which kind of is a pro, but
it's
not everyone's going to want them all.
So okay, you set it up for MTL vaping. There's 2 coils in there that you could use, maybe a Nick Salt coil, or you're going to go to Freebase, and then there's 2 or 3 coils, and then what do you do with the other 5 coils and all the other shit that comes with it?
Yeah.
Now you have to vape in a style that you're not accustomed to. You're wasting my money because I have to buy it. I would rather just buy that, because if I'm buying that small little device, I already know what kind of style of vaping I want to do with it. You can't change my mind.
That's very true.
If anything, somebody's going to like, oh, this coil's dead, look in the box and go, oh, fuck, that coil might work. And then you're going to have a case where a guy's putting neck salts on a sub-ohm coil and he's going to hurt himself. So it's not a smart move.
No, it isn't. I have to agree with you there, Brent. Definitely.
But I believe it all sold because more is more.
Yeah. And people just see it and think it's value. And then at the end of the day, when they realise they can't use them for how they want to vape, like you just said, then it's not value because you just still got to go buy more coils anyway.
Yeah, so, and then you're going to look at that box and you're like, fuck, I've got 5 coils and I'm buying new coils, but I can't use those. So eventually somebody's going to use that and they're going to put it in Nick Salts because and then you're suboing neck salts, and you're going to hurt yourself.
Yeah, because it's not good doing that. No. It's
it's not a great idea.
No, it's not a great idea. I know someone that used to drip Nick salts.
No.
Yeah, did you see that little? I don't know if it happened worldwide. The little challenge of guys mech shotting Nick salts.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, so guys would have like cloud comps or whatever, and then they'd have a bottle of Nick salts, and they'd like put Nick salts onto the mechs, and they'd give it to their friends. And it's so funny when he coughs and dies.
Yeah,
that's
not
poisonous, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
If you want to do it yourself, that's fine. But don't trick somebody.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of my biggest peeves in the vaping thing is my introduction to vaping was, you guys probably seen it when I've been interviewed by other people. I mean, it was a hit or miss situation. I was going into a tobacconist to buy cigarettes. There was a kid, and I had tried vaping before on a little twist Kiro thingy, whatever, and I didn't like it. It was terrible. It didn't work for me because I was at 50 milligrams. I was hitting that thing like a cigarette. So I was getting a massive head rush and a headache and a runny stomach because you're just over-necking. You're just necking out, we call it. So I saw this guy like blow a jellyfish, and I was like, I want to do that. So he like showed me the whole kit and this, and he was like, well, try it first. And then he said, but wait, you're going to cough. You're going to cough like a motherfucker. You're going to think that you're just learning to breathe water. So I was like, hey, man, I smoke red cigarettes. I'm a farm boy. Come bring that thing. And I hit it, and I coughed like a little bitch. And I was like, no, fuck off. Take your thing. I don't want it. Go away. And he was like, wait, let me try it. Just try it again. But like, and he taught me how to breathe in consistently, hit the button for a second or two, let it go, continue breathing in. And I was like, oh, wow. I coughed a little, it spluttered, but it tasted nice. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I purely bought a vape just to blow shapes, which I still can't do. And then I got off the case. So when somebody's sitting around a pub at a table and there's one person that comes up and they're like, that's fucking interesting, man. Could I have a try of that? And the guy goes, yeah, sure. And he bumps it up to 200 watts and gives it to a person. Yeah, I'll confiscate his vape and I'll break his face, because that person will choke at 200 watts. Everyone will laugh. He'll feel like a prick, and he'll never try vaping again. And we've lost somebody that had a spark and interest in our industry, somebody we could have saved from cigarettes. For a practical joke, he will never touch a vape again, and he will actually talk badly about vapes to other people who might be also wanting to start vaping. So,
and that goes straight into our other segment, Room 101, 100%. We don't like.
I knew that because I've watched your show so many times. I thought I'd be there first.
But it was such a great argument for it as well, and you are bang on with it. I've seen it happen so many times. You're like, why would you do that? Well, like, there are times when I've been sat in a bar, in a pub, and people have been, oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm vaping. Can I have a, of course you can. And we're like, just do this, just do this. That's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Got on with it straight away.
Watered down fucking 10, 15 watts, just so that it's not, because, I mean, if you've been vaping a long enough time, you don't seem to get enough wattage. I would never have vaped over like 55 was my number. Now I only vape at like 80. It's always on 80.
I don't know. I've gone backwards. I used to be like max, like 0.06 builds, like hit me in the face as hard as you can.
I vape on all of the one.
And now I'm like 45.
Your boot out.
45 watts on a 0.45 build.
Yeah,
you know,
well, look at me. I used to do lipos.
You're doing 40 watts. What do you say? 40 watts on a 4.5 build.
Yeah. So you probably let it focus. It might 40. That's actually 45 watts on a 0.44 ohm build. So and
it's all 0.79. So it's better.
And now it's all about the flavour. It's all about getting that. I used to be like a proper, fucking hit me in the face of it. Like the wife was like, I can't see in here. I can't see in it. And I've still got a few mechs that can do that if I want to do it, but I just don't pick them up anymore. I'd rather vape this. And this is great for me to take everywhere. It's not massive clouds in your face. It's this, that, and the other. Vinny's laughing like, fuck me, Josh has changed. Like, you watch videos from 6 months ago.
Yeah.
But
it was all
but Vinny now sees it. Now Vinny's got that. Vinny now kind of gets what I'm on about. But they both have their place. 100%.
But yes, are we going to vote on this? What was it? I completely forgot what we was doing. The Aspire thing. Well, judging by the chat, it deserves the shit bucket. Because that's what everybody's saying. Yeah. And Brent saying it deserves shit bucket. I quite liked it. I quite liked the idea. But I'm one person, so. And it's like Brent said, people, the possibility of someone doing damage to themselves with that. And that's what we don't want. So for that reason, I'll go with you guys and put it in the shit bucket. Definitely. Sorry, Aspire.
Vinny's never getting an Aspire product again.
No, going well tonight. Right then.
No shit bucket. So, and that's the end of the segments. That's all the segments I had lined up. I mean, that's it. We can just chat away a bit more, and then
at least you did some work tonight.
What was that, Brent? Sorry.
I said at least he's done some work tonight.
Yeah, he did some work. Yeah.
That's the end of my segment. You did well, bro. It was a good choice.
Like, I've just had a promotion at work. I'm having to run around like a fucking little lunatic. So they're putting me through the paces the last few days. Put it that way.
Checking you out, Josh. Seeing if you're up to it, mate.
Yes, let's give Josh a promotion. Let's see if you can actually do it.
Yeah.
I think it's better than putting you on furlough. Just saying.
Well, I'm on part furlough still, so but everyone in the company is. It's just the way it is. So.
Oh, so they fired everyone else and gave you 5 more jobs. Nice of them.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much.
Right then, we got anything else to discuss, fellas, or are we going to let Brent go get on with his life?
I don't know. What's the time where you are, Brent? It's probably coming up to midnight, isn't it?
Yeah, we got 13 minutes to midnight.
And then Brent turns into an animal.
Maybe, if you're lucky.
What was that?
Yaku says, I need to send you guys some of the cap clips.
Do you print those?
No, I don't print them. I cast them out of resin.
So. Oh, they're pretty.
I've seen someone do something like that.
Yeah, so you take your cap like that. I actually looked in your wall on the back, and I was going to say it, but so
you got a little hole, and
you screw it onto the wall, and then it's got a little gap in the top there, and you just put it on, and the little nipple pops onto there, and it holds your cap perfectly against the wall.
Yeah, you don't want to know how my hats are held.
That is awesome.
Yeah,
that's actually really cool.
So when I get some of my, we spoke about it today to do another merch run, shirts, hoodies, and caps, and then you'll get when you buy the cap, you'll get the clip inside the cap, and you'll be able to buy the clips. I think 4 or 5 in a pack for all the money in the world. I don't know.
You had me hooked then until you said that.
Just to clarify for anyone that's here in the UK, you ship to the UK, I'm assuming.
Yes, yeah, we ship worldwide. We've shipped to Japan the other day. I thought that was quite cool. Shipped to a Japanese reviewer. So I think we've done like 2 or 3 shipments to Japan. Other notable weird ones: Israel, Singapore, where vaping is extremely illegal. Mexico as well. Yeah. I want to say Iceland, but it's not Iceland. It's just below that. Like, we had to ship it with DHL to a PO box, and DHL doesn't normally accept PO boxes. And when we get this PO box, they didn't argue with us. And I was like, can you just check on that? Because we had another PO box address like 2 weeks later, and they rejected it. They said, no, we don't ship to a PO box. And I'm like, yeah, you do. I sent this parcel to a PO box. And he was like, no, it's impossible. We don't do that. And then my DHL contact phoned me an hour later, and he was like, oh, no, that one. Yeah, that goes to like this fucking outpost town. And then the people from the bush come and collect from this PO box. So it's like one of the rare occasions they deliver to a PO box. The PO box is in like a Tesco's. So when the native people like come down from the mountain to buy their grocery goods or whatever, their post box is in the Walmart.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool.
Jeez. But yes, Brent, I need to get some of those off you.
Yeah,
you need to get some. Mine are actually on the legs of an ironing board in the spare toilet downstairs.
Chris, if I was going to send you anything, bro, I'm going to look around for a microphone.
Yes, please.
I've told him a few times.
Yeah, no, for real. I'm going to look around. I know I had one here somewhere. But now with my new Logitech Brio, this is not sponsored by Logitech yet. It's got like dual stereo microphones on it. So if
is that what you're using? You're actually using the inbuilt mic?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, the Brios are good, man. They're not cheap. It's 4K as well, isn't it? It's a 4K camera.
Yeah, of course. It's all of the Ks, bro. All 4 of them. It's the dual stereo mic on it is actually better than what my microphone was giving me. So yeah, it's the previous videos, because my office is it's concrete roof and concrete walls and everything, so it's quite echoey. You imagine doing like a review in a wine cellar. That's pretty much it. And the Brio fucking because I can switch between the two, and look, just all the background echo disappeared, and I'm like, wait, hold on, what happened? And it's this bloody thing that is so nice.
Sold.
Oh well. Do you guys have a Zoom after this?
No.
It's something we're planning. It's something we're planning to do. I mean, we can only get 10 people in here, so I mean, we can hang around for a bit after if a couple of people want to drop in. But I don't know how we're going to share the link.
No, I mean, if it's not something you do, I'll just open up my Zoom because I see a lot of my Patreon guys are still hanging around.
Yeah.
Hello, all the bodies, Mr. Kurt Yeo. Notable mention, honorary member. Kurt Yeo is literally, the 2 words that make up Kurt Yeo is the entire advocacy for the whole of South Africa as far as vaping is concerned. Vaping saved my life on Facebook. Go give him a follow, and you guys are welcome to do your testimonials there as well. We're accepting testimonials worldwide, not just for South Africa. It does an excellent job.
And literally, if there's any South African advocacy you want to drop into the LXV lounge, as it's called, drop it in or drop it to us, and we'll talk about it on the show 100%.
That's the Facebook group, by the way, is the LXV Lounge.
Oh, yeah. I think Max and Neil are both still here, so I hope they heard that.
Please, guys, follow the page and drop anything in, and we'll talk about it on the show, and it'll get seen. I mean, that group's not got 4,600 on it, so not the most, but not the least. And please drop it in there. So
cool.
Yeah, definitely. Right then, shall we wrap up, fellas, and we can all go off and do our things?
Vinny's got to go do some wife explaining.
Brent, I just wanted to personally say thank you very much for coming on tonight. It's been absolutely awesome, man. We couldn't have actually dreamed of getting you on until you come on the chat and started chatting in the chat the other week. It was like, it's him. We was a bit starstruck. Yeah.
It happens.
No. I've watched your show a few times. It's just, like I said, it comes on at a weird time. can't wait for you guys to go back to normal hours. This daylight saving shit is driving me mad. But yeah, thank you very much for inviting me, dudes. It was really cool.
Anytime. Absolutely anytime.
Talking so much, I have verbal diarrhea.
No, we're used to that. One of our co-hosts who isn't with us tonight, Andy, he also suffers with verbal diarrhea quite dramatically. So we are used to that.
Yes, it's been an absolute pleasure, and absolute pleasure to have you on. Fucking awesome.
Thank you, Josh.
Yeah. And we will reciprocate if you want us on at some point, Brent. Definitely.
Yes, definitely, please.
Even if I've got to get up stupid early, I'll do it.
It's not stupid early. It's just early in the evening. It's 6 o'clock.
You just have to get home from work at a reasonable hour. It would be 6 p.m. for you guys because my show is on a Tuesday at 8 p.m.
Yeah, TTT.
Yeah, the triple T, the tasty
triple T.
Guys, obviously, go and like Brent's page. It's Bearded Viking Customs. Go and buy some of Brent's shit because it's amazing. Also, follow the other guys in the chat. You said about the reviewer Chasing the Mist. Go and follow him.
Yes.
Go and follow all the guys.
And Stracker was in there earlier. I actually watched his review the other day of the new one. I can't remember what it was now. But yeah, I enjoyed Shrek's review of that. It was really good.
Yeah.
Brent, drop me the link to your Zoom if you're going to go on. I'll pop in for a bit before the wife kills me. She's been sat here for the last hour and a bit, like literally 2 meters away from me on her phone. But she won't mind if I chat. She has to sit on Zoom for a bit. So she's looking at me like, she's giggling now. I'm all good.
But yeah, man, Brent, thank you very much, man. Respect and much love, definitely.
And we'll have you back on at some point, 100%. If you're more than up for that, definitely. It's been an absolute pleasure.
I mean, this is perfect. Wife and kids are in bed, so normally I'm just watching Netflix or designing something at this time of night. So it's perfect.
Super duper. Go on then, Josh. Take us out, buddy.
Right. Thank you, everybody. Been an absolute pleasure. Say bye, all.
Bye, all. Patrons will be in.
Brent, say what you're going to say.
Buffers and buffers and buffers. What?
Say what you're going to say.
We're still live.
We're still live, but you were going to say something and I cut you off rudely. So
No, it's fine. Yeah,
it's something about your patrons.
That's fine. All right, I'll end it now.
Bye.